I want to institute a quota economically, where we're helping the poorest people economically. And while Black people constitute like a large portion of the poor people, obviously there's a lot of other races that are poor too, and then they'll all benefit. And it's like raising the tide, like lifts all boats, and you're lifting up everyone. And then since you're doing it simply based off of economics, and there's no racial aspect to it, even, you have Republicans or anyone pointing to it and saying that it's DEI or racial quota.
Okay. Let me.
You're helping out everyone.
Cool.
There's no sort of racism.
Cool.
There's no sort of
Cool. Hey, shut up. What you just described, would you say that that's something like from each according to his ability to each according to his needs? That's a good quote, right?
To a large degree, yeah. I'm not completely opposed to all aspects of communism.
From each according to his ability to each according to his needs. That's what you just described. That's Marxism.
To a large degree, but
that was Karl Marx that said that.
Yeah, I know.
You literally just described Marxism. Thank you. I won you over to the left.
No, see, the thing is I think Karl Marx, very much like Hitler, accurately described the problems in society. I just think
like Hitler said the problems in society were Jewish. We had a person who discorded in about a month or so ago. They were clearly young. They talked over me a lot. I mean, it's hard to talk over me. What they didn't realize is that, I have audio ducking on their audio, so when I talk, they actually get bumped down. So they can't really talk over top of me. It's probably in your best interest just to let me say what I'm going to say. But one of the main points of contention was the California minimum wage law. You guys might remember that. We touched on several topics, but one of the main ones we talked about was the California minimum wage law. And I said all data shows that raising the minimum wage, good for everybody across the board, including businesses, because it results in better service. It results in happier employees. It's a whole cascading effect. Now, you don't see that immediately. It's not built into your bottom line. That's something that you see the results of down the road. Right-wingers don't want to accept that. And capitalists, they want to see results now. They want what can make them money now as opposed to is better for them in the long term. We've seen that over and over again. So all these owners see is having to raise their costs. They see no immediate benefit from it. That comes down the road. So they don't they want to keep wages as low as they possibly can. They don't want to be out here raising wages for workers. So they're going to fill you with propaganda. Now this motherfucker, how this ended up. He sent me a video today of Charlie Kirk. And I'll play it because he keeps accusing me of being closed-minded or in a bubble, yada, yada, yada. Which is weird because, once again, I used to work with Republicans. I've met Mitch McConnell. I did debate in college and high school. It's weird to call me, closed-minded. But, we watch more right-wing content than we watch left-wing content on here. I definitely can't play you guys liberal content. If I played you guys... Harris was on with Rachel Maddow last night. If I played you guys a clip of that, your heads would explode. My numbers would go down. So we tend to watch right-wing content. That is the one thing, audience capture, that I fall into on this show, is you guys clearly do not like liberal content, even to criticize it. DJ Dub, welcome in. So he says, you call Charlie Kirk a racist, yet he sends me this video as a result. I know you're too close-minded to watch this, but Charlie didn't even believe in race. So you're wrong to call him a racist. Hope I'm wrong and that you do better. So he told me I'm wrong to call Charlie Kirk a racist, despite all the, said the Civil Rights Act was a bad idea, said that, he wouldn't fly on a plane with a black pilot. All of that shit, But because of this clip, Charlie Kirk's not racist. So let's see what he's got to say.
So let me explain this to you.
Flash, welcome in.
DEI is this belief that we're going to force people in positions,
right.
a quota.
Right.
So just the NBA is a great example. So
right off the bat, DEI is this belief that we're going to force people to have a quota. There's no quota to DEI. This is if you only know what DEI is by having it explained to you by right-wingers, then I get it, I guess. But if you're a critical thinker, then wouldn't you want to go and actually, well, what actually is DEI? It is one corporate speak for wanting your organization to reflect the population. So if you've got a population that's 14% black, you probably want your organization to be 14% black. So you want to go out there and possibly recruit the best people that you can, not shove a white person that was qualified out of the way for someone who was less qualified. No, go find the best qualified person that you can that may represent this diversity, because the diversity is good for your organization going forward. Because how can your organization properly represent or monetize a group that they haven't even thought of? So if you're a clothing brand and you're trying to maximize your market share, you want diversity in your organization, or otherwise you're just locking yourself out of a huge market. DEI has nothing to do with forcing quotas on people. So Charlie Kirk lying to you from the get-go, creating what is called a straw man argument. Once again, he is going to a college campus debating some college kid. Do we see him here? This dude isn't media trained. He probably doesn't know his logical fallacies. He's just going up to debate Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk is prop clipping is what Tim Pool calls this. So it gives Charlie Kirk the veneer that he's having honest debate and that he's being challenged, when in reality, he's not going up against somebody like me who actually knows logical fallacies, knows that his argument is bullshit, and can properly respond. He's going up against an ill-prepared college student that's probably walking back and forth between classes and decided to go up and debate the stupid fucking racist. So let's hear what he's got to say. Let's hear it all out.
On DEI. So DEI is this belief that we're going to force people in positions,
right.
a quota.
Right.
So just the NBA is a great example. So right now the NBA is 75% black.
Mm-hmm.
If all of a sudden the NBA said, we want more diversity, it's too black.
Yeah.
Right? Because we want to have more diversity.
Right.
And they would say, we're not allowed to have any more than 30% of the NBA.
False analogy. You're comparing apples to oranges. Also, the NBA probably had a DEI policy.
Be black.
Mm-hmm.
Would the quality of the NBA go down?
The quality of the NBA, arguably right now, yeah, it would. But
let's take the NFL.
So what he's saying is that we're taking something that is strictly merit-based, a sporting event, and you'd have to apply this quota to it. So that's implying that if your company has a DEI policy, that they are going out and getting somebody who is less qualified, or that the organization was merit-based to begin with. That's also an assumption that's built into Charlie Kirk's reasoning here. That, like, the fucking old adage has always been, it's not what you know, it's who you know. The person likely to get a job at a company is, people with ties to the boss. So this idea that a company is merit-based to begin with is flawed. So, but continue, Charlie, continue.
So just the NBA is a great example. So right now the NBA is 75% black.
Mm-hmm.
If all of a sudden the NBA said, we want more diversity, it's too black.
Yeah.
Right? Because we want to have more diversity.
Right.
And they would say, we're not allowed to have any more than 30% of the NBA be black.
Mm-hmm.
Would the quality of the NBA go down?
The quality of the NBA, arguably right now, yeah, I would. But
let's take the NFL, right?
yeah.
So the
I mean,
NFL's
there's not a single Caucasian corner, so
yeah, no, for sure. So
Cooper show.
not a corner, but he's
So-
great.
Talking like the kids.
half of the, and I think you can see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no, for
half
sure.
of the NFL is black.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, Roger Goodell, boo, we don't like Roger Goodell. He's bad for many reasons. If he came and he's like, hey, diversity is our strength.
Right.
We're only going to say 30% of the NFL is black. You would have other unqualified white people that would then get positions in the NFL, and the quality of play would slip.
Right.
So you get the argument.
Yeah.
You then extrapolate that to other walks of life.
Right.
You think to yourself, let's just hire the best.
Yeah.
And the NFL does hire the best.
It should be the best no
Totally.
matter what the...
Yeah. That implies that the country is a meritocracy, but it's not. The reason why DEI policies, affirmative action happened is because we had fucking, 400 years of slavery, 200 years of Jim Crow? I'm off on my math horribly.
But then you take my 75% chance of winning and then add 66 and 2/3%. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
You've had people, we specifically had to pass the Civil Rights Act, which Charlie Kirk was against, in order to allow people to participate in society. Like, he brings up Justice Thomas. Justice Thomas was Charlie Kirk's favorite Supreme Court justice, and mine too, to be honest with you. And I'm like, oh, that's wild. The people who, the billionaires that bought Justice Thomas, I showed him the ProPublica article. The billionaires that pay for Justice Thomas, they're also the same billionaires that pay for people like Charlie Kirk. No wonder he's your favorite fucking Supreme Court justice. You know nothing about law. You know nothing about jurisprudence. You can't tell me about his legal theories. But he's your favorite Supreme Court justice. Why? Because the propaganda you watched told you that. Because of the vibes.
I don't think there should be restrictions to anybody. As long as you're
I
good
agree.
at what you do, it doesn't really matter to me.
I agree.
All right, well, then we
And-
stand in agreement then.
As I said, I was having this argument with a right-wing radio host once. I used to work for a right-wing radio host about 2017. I did his production, did his clipping and shit. And we were having the same argument. I'm like, well, you're arguing that we live in a meritocracy, and you know that's not true, because if we lived in a meritocracy, I would be your boss. You're in the position of program director at the radio station because you have friends that are on the Rotary Club, because you had Madison RV outside of Huntsville, Alabama. Like, you were friends with the owner, and he would buy ads on the station. It's not because you're the best for the job. Oh, DJ Dub just posted in the Discord. I left this one off. I actually have the clip. I left it off because of the audience capture, but we're killing time until we get our caller coming in here, and then we'll actually start the show here in a little bit. Or maybe I don't have the clip. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, maybe I just had the, You just unbanned him, Warlord. Well, I wasn't going to show it, because once again, you guys tend to really revile when I show liberals, Rachel Maddow clips, stuff like that.
A tyrant. We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now in Donald Trump. And these titans of industry are not speaking up.
There is so much fucking wrong with that. First of all, you're seeing a fascist dictatorship, not a communist. Communism means something completely different. Oh, it doesn't show Maddow's face. What did she say back?
We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now, Donald Trump. And these titans of industry are not speaking up.
She could have. She could have won the election if I was her campaign manager. If she had just kept her fucking mouth shut and sent Tim Walz everywhere, instead of doing the opposite, her going everywhere and making Tim Walz sit on the bench, if they had kept the same messaging that they had before the DNC, the polling shows it, Warlord. That's what she made another claim, and I might have it bookmarked somewhere, but once again, I didn't put this up on the show for tonight. She made another claim that she didn't have enough time. But no, it's the opposite. Had the election happened in 57 days, she would have won. Hold on, let me see if I've got that. Because they got the polling with it and everything. It is 100% correct to say that. 108 days was too long. Had it only been 57 days, she would have won. I didn't keep that part. I don't have that chart here. But the polling at 57 days was something like she was up like 6 points. And here's the thing, clinically, she didn't even have to change anything. She won that first debate. Everybody can go back and watch it. Like, people don't remember that debate. There's a reason why Trump didn't want other debates. She won handily. He went off on the eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. That's where that came from. But for some reason, she did everything she could. And it was Capitol getting in her ear. We know that. It was the big donors. They were upset. Fucking Bill Kristol was in the what is it? The something review, National Review or whatever, saying that she needed to have a populist message, that she needed to focus on an economic populism from the left, telling her she needed some sort of national rent freeze or something. Bill goddamn Kristol wanted to see Trump defeated. And she did the opposite. DJ Dub knows what I'm talking about. Bill Kristol actually, and it's true. It's the winning message. Fucking, I don't know if you guys have seen the polling. Mamdani wins. If everybody were to drop out, Mamdani still wins. Everybody but Cuomo were to drop out, Mamdani would still be the winner. I said it before. I was like, I don't think it matters. I think he wins handily. I think he gets a majority of the vote. And Harris would have won. And Obama proves it. Oh, but when Obama won by a goddamn landslide in what should have been a generational change of an election, his rhetoric was all about provide hope and change, and it's a different kind of politics. We've got a different vision for the future. Unfortunately, he didn't deliver on that. It was the same neoliberal bullshit. He put a Band-Aid on the problems that we still haven't faced as a country. And that's why we're in the situation we're in now. That's why it helped usher in Donald Trump. And I agree. Had the Democrats embraced the Bernie Sanders message in 2016, we wouldn't be in this situation. And I know you gotta throw a caveat on that. Bernie was running to be a, move the party to the left candidate. He didn't think he was going to win in 2016. It wasn't until we got into 2016, the primary actually started. He was like, oh shit, I could actually pull this off. And it was kind of too late at that time. And then we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in, but Capitol wins out. And like my fellow leftists, I disagree. Like Melanie Cosmic Fox and I had a knockout drag out argument the other day. I'm glad we've patched things up. But like, not voting's not going to do anything. You have to take over a party. You have to exercise power. We are up against capital, and unfortunately, having a lot of money is a severe impediment to our cause. I'm not high enough for this shit. We're supposed to have somebody calling in. That's why I'm vamping for time right now. I might have to go ahead and move on to news, because god damn it. Oh no, right as I say that, he pops in. Well. I'm not high enough for this shit, though. Kaya, did I tell you good evening? Warlord, DJ Dub, Curious, or anybody else I didn't get. Love you all. So glad to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Tash, welcome in. No, I want to hash this out right now. I want you to admit that you were wrong.
Okay, so I want to clarify my claim, though, or at least explain the scenario that I see going on. Because
Okay.
I agree with you largely in all of your retorts, but I just feel like it doesn't address my main claim. And so what I feel like my main claim is like, say I have like a mom that works at the McDonald's as like a cashier, right? And then it gets like there's 7 people working at this fantastic McDonald's right now, right? And then they do the whole AI thing. They reduce it down to 4. My mom now gets fired because, you know, she's one of the people that gets fired, right? Now there's 4 workers there. So it's not an increase in workers yet, and we agree that it's like some sort of disconnect, right? And the way that
There
evens
are
out
more
now,
fast food workers in McDonald's today.
I agree with you 100%. And the way
Then
that
what
works
you're
out
claiming is wrong.
no, I'm trying to explain that. What
No,
my
you're
claim is that
stupid is what you are.
no, then the franchisee opens another business that also employs 4 because you know you don't have to have the 7.
There are more
per
workers.
business now.
There are more workers making more money than before.
I agree with 100%.
There are more
And-
workers. There are more fast food workers. So basically what you're saying
I
is you
agree.
want me to entertain your
No,
belief
I'm
that
saying
something
my
that
mom
is
now fired and not able to.
your
work
mom
at
is
either
made
of those.
up, and the data
Yes,
says the
yes.
opposite. More people are working there,
I agree with
making
that.
more money
I'm-
than
I'm
ever
not in a-
before.
I agree 100% with that. But
Do
what I'm
you?
saying is that with
What you got to do is make up some scenario that never existed in order to claim
It's-
something that the data
it's
says
on-
otherwise.
It's on the ground scenario.
It's
that
no, it's
doesn't
you made
exist.
it's you made it up.
No,
Once
there's
again, on
shit
screen
out
right
there
now.
to support it.
The
And I
effects of
agree with that
California's
100%.
$20 fast food minimum wage, large wage increases with no effects on hours, scheduling, or benefits.
I agree with that 100%.
No, you don't, because you're arguing on the opposite.
I'm arguing in specific instances, not in totality.
You don't have a specific instance. Once again, that would be anecdotal. That would be an anecdotal fallacy, and you don't even have
No,
an
I agree.
anecdote. You made it up.
But
you don't have an
whether I
anecdote.
have
You made it the fuck up.
anecdote or not.
You're
it
asking
is
me to
true
allow for
that
something
a lot
that you
of these
made up.
businesses are shutting down. A lot of people were fired and turned over. even
No,
though
there are more
the number
people
of
working
businesses
now.
are increasing.
What you are saying
And
is the
even though
opposite
more
of the
people are being
fucking
hired.
shit, dude. More people are working now in California
agree.
fast food work. So what you're saying is wrong.
No, I'm saying there's a transition period before you get to the 2 businesses open with 8 employees, which is more employees than the 1 business with 7. You have that transition.
They're not
period.
opening new businesses. If anything, they're
They
downsizing.
Well, I agree.
Buddy,
some
there's too many
businesses are,
McDonald's
but I think
out
some
here.
businesses are opening more.
But there's too many McDonald's like in most towns. You go fucking
agree
5
they're
minutes
more
and 3.
profitable. You agree they're making the businesses more profitable, right?
What?
The businesses are more profitable right now, right? Like it's helping the businesses, or it's not hurting the business at all to increase the wages, right?
No, it's not. And it usually helps in the long run because you get better customer
so-
service.
Why wouldn't they open more businesses then? if it is helping.
There's already like 3 McDonald's within a 5-minute.
Do it.
Fucker, do you live in reality?
Yes, I think I do it.
In
like,
your town, like you can go 5 minutes and see 3 different McDonald's, correct?
yes, approximately, yeah.
So why would there be another McDonald's open? If anything, they're closing stores because in the expansion through the 2000s and the late 90s, they added too many stores.
I think a decent amount of the McDonald's are going to stay though, because like they sell food, but their main business is
real estate. We all know this.
I agree.
This has nothing to
Then why
do.
wouldn't
This
they
has
buy
nothing.
more real estate?
Brother, can you
That's
admit
my
that you
main
were
point.
wrong
Like,
about
I
the
think that
California
the
minimum
more-
wage?
No, but what I'm saying with my claims is that the McDonald's are going to pop up. There's going to be more of those, but then
There aren't
the
more
mom and
physical
pop
locations of
businesses
McDonald's.
are going to shut down.
You're just
I don't
making
see why
shit
they
up
wouldn't-
because you can't
I don't
fucking
know why
accept
they
facts.
wouldn't increase the number of McDonald's when, like you would.
Because there's like 3 in a
for the
5-minute.
land.
Holy shit! Why would there be more McDonald's when there's already like 3 within a 5-minute?
They want to buy more of that real estate because that's what it's all about. It's about that real estate money, right? We
The
agree. On that.
franchisee isn't going to purchase a McDonald's if they can't make money. The franchisee doesn't make money off real estate. Tash, whatever the fuck your name is, can you please understand that you're stupid?
I guess I understand.
You
that.
don't understand what you're talking
thank
like.
you.
Brother,
still thank you for taking my call.
Do you know anything
and
about
back and
economics?
forth. I'm not an economics major.
No, you're not.
No,
So
not-
why would you
not.
pretend to
Are
know
you?
it? I'm not. I'm a philosophy major.
I looked into.
I'm
it.
sorry. I have a philosophy
I don't think
degree.
that-
Not a
I think
major.
that
I'm
the
not like still in
numbers are
college.
Completely lying when they say a lot of people lost their jobs, and I agree with you that a lot of people got hired on, and that there are in net more people working. I just think that when those people got fired, that
Nobody got
wasn't
fired.
individually.
You're making a claim that you have no evidence for.
Well, I thought I linked like the Fox News and like some other.
Buddy, in the Fox News article that you linked me,
Explain
did
that.
you actually read it?
Yeah, I read
At the main bottom, they include an economist from the college, it was a business association that actually made the claim that it hurt workers. At the bottom, they included an economist from the college, and it said it is very possible that any decrease that we see in the amount of workers is just a commensurate to the decrease in population in California because California saw a slight population decrease. It said it in your own article that you cited to me, that it was very possible that's what the number reflected.
I don't even.
So you have no evidence whatsoever. Even your own article said, but that's not what they. Because remember, this is Fox News.
No,
Fox News.
my
Fox News is
main
propaganda.
point is that
It's billionaires
you
trying to
get the
convince
scale
you of
around.
things. And this goes back to the Charlie Kirk thing, man. You sending me that video where Charlie Kirk, I broke it down. I played the video before you got here and broke down how he was racist in that video.
And not wanting race quotas.
There are no race quotas. He's lying to
Yes,
you.
there are.
No,
You
there
do
aren't.
Realize the race quotas.
There are no
exist
race
actually
quotas.
benefit white women more than.
There are no race quotas.
Like they did a study.
There are no race quotas. You're
That's what
just
they
making
determined.
that up. That's not what DEI
California,
is.
there are
Brother.
quotas
Hold on, let me
whatsoever.
talk. Okay? I explained it to you, man. Charlie Kirk created a straw man. Instead of you knowing what DEI actually is, you've never looked it up. You've never went and found a
Well,
neutral.
here's an
So,
example.
dude, let me talk.
Give an example.
Dude, let me talk. You've never went and looked up what DEI actually is. You've only let people like Charlie Kirk tell you what it is. Am I right or am I wrong?
I've looked way into it.
Okay,
and
what is it
I
then?
listened to Kirk after he's died. I've like previous to him dying, I didn't much like his content. I thought he was way too normie, way too like milk toast. I wasn't really.
He's a white
interested in him at
nationalist, you
all.
dipshit. He's a Christian
Yeah,
white
and I wasn't
nationalist.
interested in his TikTok clips, which is most of what I saw from him. From my experience, like I have a sister that's extraordinarily smart, right? She worked for like YouTube and Google for a bit, like after getting a computer science degree at Cornell and some other places, because like she had to go to different schools to complete her degree. And the issue I have with DEI is much like Charlie. I view it as, I know my sister is extraordinarily smart, right? Like she's a person that I grew up with. I know that she's an extremely like intellectual individual, right?
Or you could just be biased.
But at the same time, the DEI quotas create a doubt that I don't want to exist. That now I'm thinking, is it possible that she's only gotten to the place that she has, not fully because of how smart she is, which, like I said before, she's a really smart person to my like knowledge of her, but simply because that they have these quotas and maybe she wasn't actually meant to get to the place that she got to.
There are no quotas.
With the
Why do you keep saying there are quotas? There are no quotas.
If you make laws or
there are no laws about DEI.
Have things that get rid of quotas, or what do you
There
think
are no quotas.
Okay, so what is DEI? Why do they want to get rid of race quotas?
You don't know what DEI is. That's what I just said.
It's diversity, equity, inclusion. Right?
Yes. Let's read the actual definition, okay? In the United States, diversity, equity, and inclusion are organizational frameworks that seek to promote a fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented. Shut the fuck up and let me finish. You're not even listening to the goddamn definition, you stupid fuck. Once again, don't listen to respond. Listen and take it in. Listen to the fucking definition, because you shouldn't have an opinion if you don't know what you're talking about. Agreed?
I had an opinion on the definition that you just read out.
But the definition I'm reading is correct, you dumb shit.
And you could do it with...
Fucking let me read it. Let me read it. In the United States, diversity, equity, and inclusion are organizational frameworks that seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability. These three notions together represent three closely linked values which organizations seek to institutionalize through DEI frameworks. The concepts predate this terminology, and other various variations sometimes include terms such as belonging, justice, accessibility. There's not any quotas. It doesn't create a quota.
Don't you realize, though, that quotas could fit into that framework subjectively?
Nobody has a quota. Once again, what DEI, I explained it before you got here, because like you're so concerned with me watching Charlie Kirk clips, but you certainly don't watch me fucking explain shit. Before you got here, I explained DEI is to say, okay, if I have a company and we're a big multinational company, we sell products all over the United States, I should want my company to properly reflect what the United States looks like. So I should go out of my way not to pick people that aren't meritorious to be there, but to find competent people, people that are bright, that also represent a certain segment. Because if I'm a clothing brand, if I don't have black people in my organization, I'm missing out on market share because I can't properly market or develop products for that group of people. So a lot of these companies...
Let me ask you a question. Isn't that a quota, though? Like, we need to have this number of people for this demographic, this number of people for this demographic, these people for this demographic. Isn't that still just a quota?
Okay, let me ask you, do you realize...
For the job?
Do you realize that historically, up until about... Because, once again, Charlie Kirk was against the Civil Rights Act. Up until about 60 years ago, black people could be discriminated in employment. They weren't afforded equal rights under the law. So therefore,
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. So that's why we have taken steps to try to, because if you eliminate the laws that legalize racism, and you say, you can't discriminate based on race, sex, yada, 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 then it's not an automatic leveling of the playing field. You would agree, right? Because all these organizations are still
automatically level it.
all these organizations are still full of white people, right?
No, yeah, it would take a little
So
time for
yeah,
black people to build up their own
for
institutions.
less than 60 years,
or
for
all
fucking
that.
sure. And now I don't know if you know about like all the history that goes into this. Like after we freed the slaves, black people actually did really well and thrived in society. We had what was called Black Wall Street. That's you
then
may
it got
know the
burned
Watcher. That's based on Tulsa, Oklahoma. Black Wall Street. There was Wilmington, North Carolina, and these were thriving black communities where they were building wealth, and white people came in and tore them down. They razed Tulsa,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
that was really horrible. I already know about the Tulsa riots and all that stuff. So yeah, it's not.
So what we're doing
horrible
here
stuff.
is not
Yeah.
taking a spot from, because white people have been in spots that they didn't deserve for years and years and years. You see what I'm saying?
100% agree. I think.
So what we're doing is
instead
trying
of
to make a
focusing on
more
race to make things more equitable,
more fair
I
society,
really
and in
feel like-
capitalism,
I feel like the
it
best
is
way to
actually
do that
really
is
good for
economics.
organizations to go out and seek out people. And like, do you think that it's bad that they're hiring people of color that are completely qualified for the jobs they're in? Because that's what Charlie Kirk's assertion is, that they're not qualified for their jobs. Like there's a
Well, I think
presupposition that they're not qualified, but yet
I
they're
think
not
he's
seeking
worried
out
that
not qualified people.
that aren't qualified are getting to those positions, and that's his worry.
But that's unfounded. That's because he's a
I don't
fucking
completely
racist,
disagree.
dude.
He might
He
be
believes
unfounded,
that
but
because
at the
he's a
same
fucking
time,
racist. He
that
believes
worry
black
only
people are
exists as
unqualified.
the quotas exist.
Brother, there's no quotas.
But what you laid out earlier, in my mind, is a quota.
But it's not. That's just you making
Okay,
shit up.
What should I?
This is-
as opposed to a quota then.
Brother, I don't even know. You're only upset about this issue because Charlie Kirk brainwashed you to believe it. Because
No,
rich
I've been
people.
upset about this issue since I found out about it. What do you mean?
How did you find out about it if it wasn't for right wing
Have a
fucking
reverse
propagandists?
Form of racism in society.
But
that
there's what evidence do you have that it's
white
racist?
men. That's not great for society because that builds more resentment.
What evidence do you have that it's racist?
No,
You
I know, I'm saying
dipshit.
You have racial quotas.
There's no rate. You keep
You're
saying
totally
that. There's no racial
Okay,
quotas.
What's another word I can use that won't trigger you? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to.
I'm not triggered, you dipshit. You just keep making an argument that's not true. This is just like you talking about the
Okay, so
the
would you
minimum
be in
wage.
favor-
Brother,
Let me just ask you a question.
my goal in life
trying to
is to
shift
get
the
people like
conversation.
you to stop having opinions on shit you don't know anything about.
Well, I have this amazing opinion, and maybe.
But you
tell me I'm
don't.
retarded
It's
and
not
wrong.
amazing opinion. It's a racist ass opinion.
I haven't told you it yet. It's extraordinarily non-racist, actually.
Yeah, like the video you sent me of Charlie Kirk being a racist.
Well, you haven't heard it yet. Can I please give you my theory of what we can do to help fix things?
Go ahead.
I want to institute a quota economically, where we're helping the poorest people economically. And while black people constitute like a large portion of the poor people, obviously there's a lot of other races that are poor too, and then they'll all benefit. And it's like raising the tide like lifts all boats, and you're lifting up everyone. And then since you're doing it simply based off of economics and there's no racial aspect to it, even you have Republicans or anyone pointing to it and saying that it's DEI or racial quota.
Okay. Let me.
You're helping out everyone.
Cool.
And there's no sort of
Cool.
racism because there's no sort
Cool.
of
Cool.
being involved.
Hey, shut up. That what you just described. Would you say that that's something like from each according to his ability to each according to his needs? That's a good quote,
to
right?
A large degree, yeah. I'm not completely opposed to all aspects of communism.
From
It's
each
just, I
according
feel
to
like-
his ability to each according to his needs. That's what you just described.
I mean,
That's
to a large
Marxism.
degree, but
That was Karl Marx that said that.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
literally
don't-
just
I don't
described
disagree.
Marxism.
I think-
Thank you. I won you over to the left.
No, see, the thing is I think Karl Marx very much like Hitler, accurately described the problems in society. I just think
Like
that a lot of the
Hitler,
solutions
Hitler said the
that
problems
they
in society were
propose
Jewish.
are
You're
horrible.
fucking you're so fucking
Well, not the
stupid,
Jewish
dude.
part,
You don't
not the
have an
Jewish
eye.
part.
God damn.
But so he did some good stuff too. Like he did like anti-smoking campaigns, and he was like a vegan. He was against animal cruelty and like a whole bunch of other stuff that is kind of popular. Like he wasn't just Satan, just like Lenin or Karl Marx and whoever else. They're not pure evil. Yes, there's horrible aspects to them, like the
No, there's no horrible aspects to Marx. You've just been taught to hate Marx and think it's scary.
I don't personally hate Marx. I just like the down.
You just literally described
Marx.
Marxism. But once I tell you it's Marx, then you're like, oh, well, he's evil.
I'm not personally, like I said, opposed to Marx specifically. It's just
Brother, I don't think you know shit about Marx. That's the problem. I don't think you know
I
shit
do.
about
He was-
Hitler.
he was the
I
British
don't think you
guy
do.
that went to Russia and started the whole communist revolution, right?
No.
Or that was Lenin.
You are a fucking moron.
Marx is the puffy-haired guy. I was thinking of Lenin the whole time you were talking.
You are a moron. You do not know what you're talking about, brother. Why? Why have opinions on shit you know nothing about? That is my problem with right-wingers.
Mixed up. That was my only issue, but you're correct.
No, you don't have any idea who Marx was. No idea whatsoever.
Am I correct or incorrect in saying that Marx and Lenin were both Jewish?
I don't even, was Marx Jew? I don't even fucking know.
I think he was.
I have
or at least
no
I think
fucking
he was
idea.
on that.
That's the kind of shit that right-wingers talk about. I have no idea if either of them are Jewish.
Hey, that's just internet speak. You go on the internet.
I have
and
fucking,
Twitter,
yeah, it's Nazis on the
lots of
internet,
people
you
asking the
dipshit.
question. There's a lot of Jews. There's like Zelensky.
Buddy, why are you bringing up Jews?
Jew. There's
Why are you talking about
like,
Jewish
it's-
people?
It's like a tribe. It's kind of like the mafia, sort of. You know.
No, it's not. No,
Italians.
Jewish people are not like the mafia. You
But it's
fucking
more like
moron.
Italians, and
You
then
are,
the-
no, you are a
Italians
racist. Now you're
are
being
more closely
anti-Semitism.
attributed to.
Now you're committing an
mafia.
anti-Semitism on my stream, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying.
You're a racist? You're
My
an
grandfather's
anti-Semite?
My grandfather's Jewish. He converted late in his life.
Oh my God, brother. Just like with
I
the,
have I have
you
a
don't-
question actually. Does that make me Jewish? Because I know it's like later in life, and I know like the
brother, I don't fucking know. I have no care about somebody being Jewish. That is shit that Nazis on the internet
I don't really
talk
care
about.
too much easily, like or yeah.
You seem to be very concerned about it.
But it's an interesting topic. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's not.
I'm not
Racism is
super
not an
obsessed with that.
interesting topic.
It's not racism. It's just like,
Yes.
who's the Jew.
It's like you
That's
with
just
Justice
a
Thomas,
tribal
man.
question.
You
It's
told
like
me that
asking
Justice,
about,
brother,
uh,
you told me that Justice Thomas was your favorite Supreme Court justice.
He
You know
is.
nothing about his
amazing.
opinions. You know nothing
well,
about
I
the
like all
law.
of his Second Amendment opinions. I like Bruin. I like most of his opinions he puts out.
No, you're going by feels because the people who I showed you bought and paid for Justice Thomas. I don't like corrupt people on my Supreme Court, by the way. You seem to be completely like that's why like you want me to engage with you, but
I
you're basically
don't-
just saying
I don't really buy into that corruption too much. That's the only issue. Similar to the whole Epstein stuff, I don't really buy too much into it. I just don't see it as like hard proof that something horrible is going on like you do. And I understand that that's your opinion, completely valid.
because you're an
but
idiot.
it's not something I share.
Because you're a right-wing biased hack. You live in a bubble and you're a fucking idiot. So you just don't believe he took gifts, despite the fact that there is extensive reporting that shows he did, and that shows that he went
No, I
out and
just don't think that's an
solicited
issue.
it. No, you just don't.
I think even if you become a Supreme Court, you're still able to be friends with people.
You should
and
be
hang
able to
out
be
with
bribed.
people.
You should be able to be bribed.
Well, that's what's labeled, but just because you're friends with a rich person and then just
He was no. These friends are like paying for his house for his mom. Are you fucking serious?
It's nice to have rich friends.
They're bribing him
To do what?
to rule in their favor on the Supreme Court, you dumb motherfucker. Why do they fund Charlie Kirk to buy your political opinion?
Couldn't it just be similar to like the Tim Pool thing where they just like the stuff that Tim Pool's doing, so they decide to give him money?
Oh my God, yes, all these people are corrupt, you dipshit.
But it's like a different level of corruption. It's like, hey, that guy's pretty cool. I'm gonna give him a super
Okay, these companies all had business in front of the Supreme Court, and Clarence Thomas all ruled in favor of these companies. That's not corruption to you. You haven't read the ProPublica article. You don't even know what he's accused of. You are an idiot. You are a waste of time. I don't know why you want me to engage with you. You're just fucking stupid.
Okay, well, I'll leave you alone, and I hope this was fantastic content for you. I really hope you have a fantastic day. And
I would have rather been doing the news, but you kept accusing me of being in a bubble, and you can admit that's not right, right?
To be fair, you are, because
I'm not.
like
I have a degree in political philosophy. I did debate in high school and college. I've worked in the news for 30 fucking years.
So you're like literally the only Discord I've ever been banned from, and I'm on like.
Why were you banned?
Active in them.
You weren't banned for what you had to say.
Yeah, because you didn't like what I had to say.
No. Multiple times, like with the California minimum wage. I don't know if that was one of them, because we've been on Twitter and everything. But multiple times I explained why you were wrong, and then you just didn't fucking respond, and then you would post some other right-wing propaganda.
Are you talking about on Twitter or specifically?
I'm talking specifically in my Discord.
Yeah, sorry. I was just like responding whenever I saw you typing.
But you never actually respond. Like, I would prove you wrong, and then you would just fucking move the fuck on, and it's annoying. You're wasting my time because I can't help myself. I love arguing with dipshits, but like...
I love arguing too. I think we could have a really fantastic back and forth if we could...
But we can't, because you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe if you go get educated and know something about making good arguments...
Pick a topic... And in a week, let's discuss it.
No. We had a topic today, California minimum wage. You were 100% wrong. How many? Hey.
Victory won for you.
Do you finally know what an ad hominem is? You accuse me of ad hominem so many times. Do you understand I never committed ad hominem?
Yes, but to be fair, the definition of ad hominem is very watered down, and I was literally copy-pasting someone else's response.
No. The definition of ad hominem is very specific. You don't understand it. I still don't know if you understand it, you fucking moron.
We disagree on definitions because...
No, you can't disagree on definitions because these are things that can be...
years ago.
These can be things that are looked up.
No,
my God.
Very subjectively. That's how words...
Oh, yeah. That's you telling me that a leftist didn't mean anti-capitalism.
Yeah, because it changes.
But that's literally what the word means. That's literally where it comes from. You tried to mock me for explaining the etymology of the word and the term.
Well, it's just funny to me because it's not how it's currently used in America.
That's not how idiots like you use it.
I agree with you.
No. That's not how idiots like you use it.
That's why definitions change, because
No, you being on the internet and listening to grifters and not knowing what you're talking about doesn't change a definition that I went to school and actually learned about.
I don't disagree with the base definition that you laid out. My issue...
You shouldn't, because it is the definition.
All of that definition once you realize...
No, the definition doesn't evolve. Liberals aren't leftists. Kamala Harris was right-winger. Most Democrats are right-wingers. And I, as a leftist, think that's very important to distinguish that, because our problems cannot be solved by liberals. We need leftist solutions. As you said, you pointed out earlier, like the Marx quote. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs. We need leftist policies like that. And I agree, man. We don't need racial quotas. We just need health care for everybody. We need to tax the rich heavily. and redistribute it into making sure all schools are connected to property taxes. We need to do away with that and properly fund all schools. We need to do away with redlining.
What's your opinion on the current state of the Department of Education and how the whole education system's working?
Linda McMahon is a fucking moron. I'm a wrestling fan. I grew up loving WWE. I am probably one of the biggest wrestling nerds you've ever fucking heard. And Linda McMahon has no business anywhere near the Department of Education.
Do you think it's like been a success, or do you think it's been a pretty...
I don't think you could even tell me what the Department of Education even does.
Don't they mostly just distribute funds to like colleges and whatnot?
Yeah.
As
They
well
want to
as-
make sure they use funding in order to make sure federal laws are enforced, like civil rights laws, making sure that kids aren't discriminated against.
And do you think that-
Curriculum is set at the local level.
No, yeah, I agree. It's like a state thing, right?
Yeah. So what's wrong with using funding to make sure that federal laws are enforced?
I just think that, like, depending on obviously what state you're in, like, I feel like some states aren't doing too well with regards to education, and I feel like there needs to be some sort of reform. I'm not exactly...
Yeah, red
sure
states
what
aren't doing too well in regards to education.
What do you think is a solution to that?
Democratic leadership. It's not, anti-education. Like, Republicans literally advocate against education.
I feel like
you're a moron.
But I feel like the main thing that they point out is that, like, we're spending a lot and then not getting much for what we're spending.
Well, yeah, but that's because they're lying to you, dipshit. Okay, if you take out the poorest schools and only, like, focus on the grades of schools in rich areas, we do really well against the rest of the world. It's the poor schools underperforming that drags everybody else down. Remember when I made the proposal just a little bit ago? Stop tying school funding to property taxes and properly fund all schools. Problem solved.
Do you think doing a child voucher would be the best way to do that?
No, that is a scam. That is a scam to funnel taxpayer money into the hands of private corporations. And once again, this is going back to you. All your opinions come from media that has been funded by billionaires.
Well, I'm just wondering because I think we both agree that the way that the education system is currently funded, like you're saying, is not very great. I'm just
The
wondering
way it's currently funded, and I gave you the
solution.
solution because I've listened to educators. I know what's wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a thing. Could you repeat it? I'm sorry.
I gave you the solution.
Which was?
Stop tying school funding to property taxes and properly fund all
but
schools.
I didn't hear what you would tie it to or what you would do to fix that. That was
just
my
fund schools.
But how?
With money.
I feel like that ties back to the whole, like, I think you agree. Everyone, when they're polled about healthcare and whether it's a human right and whether everyone should get healthcare, it's like it polls extraordinarily well, right?
Okay.
But I feel like then when you actually dive down into the specifics of like how you do that or how that goes about happening or how much it costs, then suddenly a lot of the support and a lot of that kind of stuff kind of dips. And that's why I was wanting to dive into this.
When we get into policy issues, then you start having the healthcare industry and the pharmaceutical industry lobbying against any thing that might hurt their bottom line. Everybody can agree. Yeah. All the data shows that if we had a universal single-payer healthcare system, it would cost less and produce better results than what we have now. But the problem is that you wouldn't have CEOs making money off of your mom dying of cancer.
Do you think that would also...
That's capitalism, brother. That's capitalism right there.
No, yeah, I agree.
All the problems are
But
capitalism.
also, do you think that that solution, while I agree 100%, it would increase the overall health availability for everyone? Do you think it would reduce the amount of like continued progress we make in like medical research that is
We're not the
mostly
ones
funded
making progress
by
in medical
capitalism
research right
stuff?
now. Capitalism doesn't produce
It's
progress
not
in medical
America
research.
anymore?
Nope, nope, nope.
Damn.
No.
I have to look into that then. Shit.
Yeah.
It's news to me.
You should, yeah, because you're an idiot.
No, I'm giving me.
And like all advancements have always been in the public sector, my friend. Like you're talking to me on the internet. Do you know how the internet was created?
For porn.
You're such a fucking stupid. I said, do you know how it was created?
Well, initially by the government, but
Yes, it's always by the government, my friend. All good things in your life were created by the government. Capitalism just fucks them over.
Damn.
Well, I mean, fucking give me an example of something
Well, I
good
feel like
capitalism
it's
has done.
definitely, I agree with you 100% that capitalism definitely gets to that point where like the lobbyists are basically running everything and making a lot of the moves for.
Yeah, we
the
should outlaw that.
politicians. And I am 100% in agreement with you on that. Like that's a pretty big issue where the lobbyists have much more power than the actual voters.
It seems like you're doing the bidding of the fucking billionaires.
What am I doing to do that?
Why'd you ask me about vouchers, man?
Why did I ask you about what?
Vouchers in terms of schools. Why'd you
Because
tell me
I
Justice
felt
Thomas
that
was your
that
favorite
seemed
justice?
like a,
Your opinions are being bought.
solution, but I didn't think that I had heard any sort of better solution to fund it. But I agree.
That's the first thing I
that the way
fucking
that we're
said.
Currently funding was shit.
The first thing I said. I just, man, like, I don't understand why you gotta have opinions on shit you really don't know about.
Well, I want to have I have like the Boy Scout mindset where I kind of dive a little bit into a lot of things versus diving completely into like one or two or three things, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, don't do that. Like, that's
know a little
fuck it.
bit
There's even a
about a
quote
lot
about that.
versus
A jack of all
a
trades and a
lot
master
about
of
a little
none. Yada yada yada.
Well,
You don't have
I'd rather
opinions on shit you don't know about.
I'd rather know a little bit about a lot than a lot.
But do you like
a
anime?
little? Yeah, I like anime.
Okay, what's your favorite anime?
I like. Oh shoot, what is it called?
You don't even know the fucking name.
I'm trying
of
to
it.
think of it. Well, I know other animes like Death Note and like some other ones, but
I asked you your
just trying to
favorite
think of my
anime and you
favorite
couldn't fucking even say it.
It's the one with the time traveling.
I don't know shit about anime, and that's what I was gonna say.
Shit.
Like, would you like me to
God damn
show
it.
up and start talking about anime like I was informed when I know goddamn
Man,
nothing
I would
about
love
it?
that. I'm okay with that kind of thing.
But I don't know
fine.
anything about it.
That's your temperament. Okay, doesn't mean we can't have any sort of conversation about it.
But what if I just came in and started saying things that were blatantly false, and you know for a fact they're false?
Well, then I would have the knowledge to correct you. Since
And I do. I
about
keep
anime.
correcting you, and you don't fucking.
then I feel like I'm learning. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Or at least I. Feel
Are
like
you
I'm
learning?
Coming back to you.
Are you learning?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look.
Have you watched my show? You called me a crackhead.
Yes.
You called
I
me a
did.
fuck.
I
You've called me a
apologize.
pedophile and a
That was-
crackhead, by the way.
That was a little. I was kind of going sparring back and forth with you, and I'm sorry.
I love how
That was
you
little
called me a
far.
crackhead while saying there was no evidence, or I mean, you called me a pedophile while saying that it was wrong with me to call Trump
Hey,
a pedophile.
Credibly accusing you the same way you're credibly accusing Trump.
No, you're not. There is no credible evidence that I'm a pedophile.
Well,
There's a mountain of credible evidence that Trump is a
You're
pedophile.
Credibly accusing as like weasel words, so I was just using the same weasel words, and I apologize because it was probably unfounded, and I wasn't meaning to hurt your feelings or nothing.
You didn't
No,
hurt
I
my
don't.
feelings, my friend. It's just
Well, I
wild
did. I
that you're
didn't
that
mean to.
fucking stupid. Like do you? I'm
glad
I'm
you're
baffled by
informed.
this.
I really am glad to hear that you no longer do that stuff. That's some nasty
No
stuff.
longer do
I have
what?
I have a friend that used to partake in the crack, and I'm really glad he's not doing that anymore. I'm really glad you.
Brother, what do you know about drugs?
Yeah, drugs in general are probably
You're
not
get
great.
if you think I'm a crackhead, you're getting owned by a crackhead. You understand that, right?
No, I don't think you're currently a crackhead, and I'm very happy.
I was
that
never a
you're
crackhead.
individual.
But you certainly wanted to try to paint me as that, so you could dismiss
No,
me.
I just thought you acknowledged.
Just like you wanted to say that Justice Thomas is your favorite
Similar to my
justice,
friend.
so that you can deflect claims of racism, even though I have proper claims of racism.
But he is my favorite justice.
But you know nothing about him. Why would you even have a favorite justice? What the fuck do you know about law?
Because of the rulings where he's the one on the side like against the majority. Those decisions are the ones that I like him about, and his opinions and whatnot. Like I said,
Brother, your vibes. You what you are describing is you want to operate on vibes. Yeah, Samson is an attorney and doesn't have a favorite
to be
justice.
fair, though, that I think that's a large degree how like normies and like people in general.
It's a large degree of how most people operate, and it's maddening to those of us who actually know what's going on because you're all fucking idiots.
Especially when it doesn't like always completely work, because like I feel like there was a really really great vibe behind Kamala Harris, but it didn't really like pull her all the way through.
Okay, I can't help vibes, man. I can't help Elon Musk
Yeah, I agree.
spent $300 million to get idiots like you hyped up about Trump.
Man, he didn't even need to do that. All he had to do was go on.
He kind of did, man.
Pissing my pants.
He did kind of need to spend $300 million. We talked about this earlier. She was trouncing Trump. And after the convention, after the debate was a solid W for Harris. And then she fucked it up by campaigning with Dick Cheney's daughter.
Why do you think that was the move? Why do you think she did that?
To try to appeal to right wingers.
To like rhinos?
Brother, here's the thing, man, is Democrats don't really like leftists. They don't vote. They're not dependable voters. So we drift further and further right in our politics because the most dependable voters are right wingers. So the Democrats, because Harris is bought and paid for by big corporations. Liberals they believe in market solutions, right? Harris had a lot of big dollar donors. So did Trump. Both of them, mega corporations behind them.
100%. They're very corporate.
So Harris's only thing that she could do, because she couldn't come out and actually a populist message like Mamdani and say, well, I'm going to freeze rent, or I'm going to propose a UBI, or I'm going to expand health care. She couldn't do any of those things because she was tied by her donors that didn't want any of those things. They don't want to raise the minimum wage. They don't want to provide health care. But that's the Democratic base is demanding those things, and the Democrats aren't delivering, and that's why the Democrats are in the toilet right now.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like she like promised change, but at the same time was promising more of the same. Like you're
yeah. She was promising a return to the neoliberal order. And people are saying that the system is broken. We have to move away from capitalism. But unfortunately, because my coalition was fractured over a number of issues, we couldn't prevent the fucking fascists from taking over.
What do you think is happening now amongst the Democrats? Do you think that infighting is still going on, or do you think you're coalescing together better?
I think it's too early to tell about that. The leadership still has their heads up their ass, but I think the rank and file get it.
I personally feel like the next midterms aren't probably like, I think they might get back the House.
Well, it's
maybe,
clearly
no.
It is clear that Republicans are trying to rig it to where Democrats can't win because the Republicans are so in the toilet.
No, yeah, I definitely think that the Republicans, like you're saying, are pulling out all the stops to try to hold on for dear life, like you're saying.
Yeah, they're trying to rig it. They're doing everything they can to rig it to where the Democrats can't win back power. That should scare the shit out of you.
Nah, not too much, really. I feel like even if they
Because you're an
completely
idiot.
forget
Because
and
you've
they
never
completely
studied
take
history
over,
and you don't know what fascist regimes
don't-
are like.
I don't think they're gonna completely get rid of like the elections, and I think that's just gonna swing the populace back.
Oh, great, man. We're going to be like Russia and we're going to have fake elections where they keep electing the same dictator. Fucking great. Bravo. Good job. You're amazing, brother.
How old is Trump? Do you really think he's gonna live even too much longer?
He is literally talking about running for a third term.
I understand that it's a scary thought, but I really think he's just trolling to freak out people. I really don't.
He's
I
not,
think
you
he's too old. I think he
dipshit.
wants to-
You're an
he
idiot.
wants to
And
call.
here's the thing. If any Democrat did that, if Obama was out there talking about how he had a third term when he was in office, right wingers would have lost their fucking minds. So please stop being a goddamn
You
hypocrite.
realize- I can send you a clip of Obama saying, "If I could just run a third term, maybe have some puppet out there, and I'm pulling all the strings from behind, I would do that." And there's like a video of that, right?
That never happened.
I'll send you the video right now.
It is fake, I assure you, you stupid piece of shit. As someone who does the news, I can tell you for 100% certainty, if that clip exists, that is fake. I assure you, that doesn't even sound like Obama. Why would you lie? Why would you lie? Why would you lie? Oh my God. What'd you say, Obama? I could run third term.
I just put it in the chat.
Yes, this is 100% fake, you absolute fucking moron.
Graybean,
You don't trust
the multimedia
Snopes?
marketplace.
We missed you.
Thank you.
These last 4
Oh, it's Colbert!
Did you ever look at someone going,
Oh my God!
He was joking, but I think Trump.
Holy shit! Oh my fucking God!
That freaked out a lot of people on the right, similar to how I think Trump is freaking out a lot of people on the left. I really don't think Trump is actually wanting to go a third term now. I think he's too.
He already attacked the government to try to stay in power, you dipshit.
And then he left.
I'm sorry, just because his coup failed?
Yeah, he tried the legal coup. Didn't work.
He didn't try a legal coup. He tried an illegal coup. He committed treason. He attacked this country.
Well, he did it through the legal process. That's why I said
No, he didn't.
he didn't.
Hang Mike Pence isn't the legal process, you dipshit.
Trump didn't say that.
His supporters did. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. His supporters are retarded, especially the ones that did the whole riot thing. That was literally against the whole Eastman plan that he was trying to do through the legal process.
No, no, no. They had to hold up the certification in order to do the Eastman plan. You stupid God damn. And man, you're just casually talking about attacking our goddamn country.
No, like I said,
You're like dismissing a coup attempt.
I condemned the riot. I pointed out that he was doing.
No, you didn't. You voted for Trump, did you not? You voted for Trump in 2024, did you not?
I did not. And then they
Well, okay. At least like you're not a complete fucking stupid
and then
dipshit.
like I already told you that too.
I have no idea.
It was on the last stream. Rewatch it.
No. You're a waste of time,
Yeah,
dude.
The last stream we're.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, man.
No, and then after he unsuccessfully did it, they changed the law to where he wouldn't be able to try that legal avenue again.
You keep saying legal avenue as if it was normal.
Yeah, you know the
He committed a coup. He tried a coup.
Hawaii a while
He
back.
tried a coup, man. Coup.
It's not the exact same legal theory, but
It's a
along the same
coup.
legal
God,
track.
brother. Man, I can't. You're too fucking stupid, dude. I can't do this.
Okay, well, I'll get off, but like I said.
But man, like, do you not see the difference? Like, you treat a coup as if it was nothing.
Well, I feel like an example, if you had like actually brought in the National Guard against Nancy Pelosi's will, and then like had them do stuff
Like he's doing now?
done something similar to
Like he's
South
doing in
Korea.
Washington, D.C. right fucking now?
That's under his purview, though, like to clean up the city. Like if he was
He's
doing
not
that in
cleaning up the
Chicago
city.
or
It is
some of the
pretext
other
for a
places, like,
federal
he threatened to
takeover.
do.
It is a violation of posse comitatus. You'd know this if you knew anything about the fucking law, but you don't care.
There's different.
You are a fascist, dude. You're rooting on
for
you are rooting on a fascist taking over our country, and I don't really like that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get into any sort of fight with you. I'm just trying to show you my.
It's really like, brother, we've got a fascist in office. It's not going to be good for you.
I mean, to be fair, if that's the case, it's not going to be good for anyone, especially with Democrats.
Yes! Yes! Yes, motherfucker! It's not going to be... Well, it's going to be good for Trump and his
that's
buddies
just
that they're
wild.
enriching themselves.
I just feel like also like the Democrats really, like I said, should stop probably pushing for gun control if they're
Why? Why? I fucking... Every other country in this fucking world has got the problem under
Because
control.
If Trump isn't actually a fascist, you want the people to have the arms and the capability to rise up against said fascists if they're doing fascist.
We're not anti-gun. Once again, Marx
I agree.
said
I
any
100%
means
agree.
to disarm
I
the
am
proletariat should be
fine
exhausted.
against the Republicans or the Democrats that are calling for gun control when Trump is doing the whole.
Why are you concerned with guns?
Because if any sort of government, whether it's left wing, right wing, some sort of weird center party, gets into power and they start doing tyrannical stuff, I feel like
They're doing tyrannical stuff now. Where are you with your guns?
is the best.
Where are you with your guns?
To me.
Brother, where are you with your... They're doing tyrannical stuff now.
Not to me. As soon as it.
Not to you. Not to you, eh?
It'll
Oh, as long as it's not to you, it's
The
cool.
thing is that's the whole reason of why they're targeting communities that like don't legally have the ability to have guns right now, because they're not likely to target communities that have guns because they don't want to.
Well, no. They say they're going after gangs in order to get dipshits like you on board, but they're clearly not going after gangs because nobody's getting shot, right?
Well, not completely, but yeah, for the most part, I feel like they're.
Yeah, they're going after little old ladies that work at hotels and shit.
Yep, anyone that they find that's a.
And you're cheering that on, I guess. Where's you and your gun right now?
Well, I don't see how that has anything to do with me. That they're
I know you don't see how it has anything to do with you.
immigration law.
You don't see how fucking trampling
Like,
anybody.
I'm-
Brother.
Back to Bernie Sanders. I'm
Multiple
for
citizens have been
immigration
detained.
laws.
Multiple citizens have been detained.
How many have been deported?
A couple of citizens have been deported.
Like the children with their parents, or like otherwise?
Okay, that the children were the parent was forced under duress to leave. So like, brother, you're making
You wanna
excuses.
have the-
You're making
the child
excuses.
Stay with the parent or not. That's like the choice, and they're given the choice, which I think is very nice.
Yeah, Trump's wanting to take guns away from trans people. Already talking about it right now. Where are you with your gun?
That. I am completely against. If they come for the trannies, the bullets start flying. They haven't done that. They just threatened to it.
Wow. Brother,
Well, it's
you're an
true, but
idiot.
Honestly, the way that you would even have that be a thing is if you're actually adjudicated mentally deficient transgender person. But
Trump is acting outside the law right now. He's firing people he has no right to fire. He's detaining people he has no right to detain.
I thought the Supreme Court just ruled he was good to fire those people. Is he not?
They are allowing him to fire the FTC chair for now while they hear her case. That she's allowed to remain fired, which once again, we're going back to a corrupt Supreme Court. You should be against that. Corporations are the biggest problem in your life. and
I just
you're
really
like
thought the
sucking
president
corporate
had a lot of
cock.
power to like fire people under his purview.
Do what?
I just really thought the president had like a lot of power, at least almost ultimate power to fire people under his purview.
No. Like Lisa Cook, who is
Yes,
accused of
I'm learning
mortgage fraud.
something.
She has a 14-year term. She was just appointed like 2 years ago. That
Well,
is an
that's probably why he
independent.
wants
That
her
board is supposed to be independent from the president.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not wanting that.
Yeah, it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about, which is the problem over and over and over again. Now I'm gonna get
Well, I
off
just
here
feel
and
like
actually educate people because
Okay, well, thank you for taking my
this
call.
fucking call has been like mind numbing.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me, and if you want to pick a topic that I can call in another time, I'll look
But
into
you
it
don't
for
know anything about anything.
Well, that's
I want
why
you to
I'm
stop having
this topic, and I'll
opinions
start looking.
on shit you know nothing about. And you should totally watch my show instead of
That's
just like,
definitely not going to happen, and I will definitely watch your show.
why?
Besides your
Why
show,
would you
is
have
there any
opinions on
other-
shit you don't know about?
Is there any other sources of knowledge that you want me to look into?
Why? Read some fucking books. Go to a college. Take some goddamn. If you want, go take some philosophy
What's a
classes.
good book I should read? What's a
Argue.
book I should read?
A People's History of the United States is a great place to start, but you would love philosophy class.
I'll look into that.
Go
I've taken
fucking
a college philosophy class.
sign up for college,
Not
take philosophy
super
classes,
interested in it.
and have your fucking beliefs challenged.
I'm open to that. That's why I'm on here. And like I said, thank you for taking my call, and I'll look into that book you mentioned.
Samson will give you a reading list. He's in the Discord, guys, if you want to give him a reading list. All right, have a good one, Tash.
Like one it and click one back on one more click before we hit the set an alert when that shit goes live, social fucking support and hit subscribe. Light one up and take a hit. He does no harm, but it takes no shit. He's the last one standing when the ship is sinking. Let's take another rip for Justin Freakin.
Light one up, tip one back. I'm Justin Freakin.
Not high enough for this shit.